Got some dark background here. Hey, good evening once again. 5 a.m. Mester Scrum, and it is another evening broadcast. I think, knock on wood, the latency is kind of going away, so we're letting it do its thing all day and update software in the background, and hopefully it's updating everything and doing what it needs to do. Seems like it's doing better. We'll find out today. Anyway, 5 a.m. Mester Scrum. I am Greg Mester, Scrum Master and Agile Coach, and today I want to talk about top 5 daily items related to calling people's names during daily Scrum. Top 5 things, these concerns you think about when you do it. So it should hopefully make your daily Scrums go quicker, faster, better, and allow you to bring more value to your customer without working a lot of extra hours. And like we say in our show, it's 5 a.m. Mester Scrum Show. I am Greg Mester, Scrum Master. Scrum Master and Agile Coach. And we talk about practical and tactical ideas. And we want to get you home to family and friends who can have fun. I did post some videos. Apparently, you can't use Who Let the Dogs Out as a song on Facebook. Like that. So, but anyway, it's out there for as long as it's on LinkedIn. Me in a dinosaur costume waiting for my kids for the bus. So I was having a little fun today. So that's the part, fun. Get home, have some fun at work. I'm kind of debating whether or not if I ever get back into the office, I should wear the dinosaur costume on my first day back. Maybe I should do a poll. There's a good poll out there right now I have on LinkedIn too about getting trust in your team. So that's up there. I think it's 10,000, 6,000 plus people have seen it so far. So it's out there. If you'd like to participate and see what kind of thinking everyone else has in the Agile world, be my guest. Anyway, okay. So what are we talking about? I've talked about this many times, is orders for daily Scrum, what to do. And some people like, oh, well, you got to go around the room and it's got to be whatever and this, that, and the other thing. And I'm like, let's like cut it. We're in remote times right now, right? And everything's remote. And I even think when we get back, it's still going to be remote. You have a hybrid remote. Some of the team will be in the office, some of the team won't. So there'll be a remote factor in it. So I'm going to give you 5 things that you should be thinking about when you do your daily Scrum as far as order of calling people's names out. And I wrote them down. I had to write them down. Number 1, don't want to have to think about it, right? Whatever you design, you don't want to have to think about it. It shouldn't be a thinking process. It's just people's names on a list. No thinking, no rhyme, no reason, no nothing. So whatever you can do to do it in such order. And I'll be honest with you, my thought is a lot of these software programs now, when you're in a sprint and Scrum, they will give you a list by assignees who's working stuff in or people or whatever in the sprint. Just use the list on the daily Scrum. Just go whoever's listed first, second through fourth. And someone might say to me, but Greg, what about if the person doesn't have any work? That means their name doesn't show up on the list. Well, duh. You as a Scrum Master should be going, where is Greg? Why isn't Greg on the list with anything to do during the sprint? I screwed up. It's not the system. It's a Scrum Master. It's the team. Unless the person's on vacation, then who cares? But if the person has any work that they picked up or gave to themselves, they should show up on the list somewhere. And if they're not on the list, there is a problem right there, smacking us in the face. So when people say, but not everybody, well, why don't they have anything? How good of a sprint planning session did you do? Questions like that. So anyway, so the first one is not thinking about it a lot. Like I said, all these systems, Azure, Jira, version 1, whatever, Rally, they give you a list of people's names pretty much in alphabetical order. Use it. Doesn't hurt. It's no thinking. We're just going to go through the list, this person, and this person, and so on. On that note, one other tip is, don't Don't start your stand-ups on the time or the hour or the half hour or the 0 hour or the 15-minute hour, whatever it is that your Outlook calendar gives you, your calendar gives you. Like if you set up a daily scrum at 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock or 8 o'clock, do not start your daily scrum on the hour. Give your team, get it as a team norm, that you start 1 to 2 minutes after the start. You start the clock. Someone in the group, nowadays, anybody can start I remember when they wouldn't let everybody have like access to WebEx or something like that. Only so many people have WebEx account. I'm like, here's my WebEx account. Start the meeting, right? I did that a few times. They'd probably be very upset. But you know what? I really didn't care. Fire me for handing out my WebEx account because they're just using it for work anyhow. It's all company business. But don't start right away, because in this virtual world and in the future world, there is some delta between meetings to meetings. I hear so many times when I join me, I've been in meetings nonstop all day. I haven't got out of my chair all day long. Well, you know what? 1, that's sad. 2, you should. And 3, we got to design our meetings better so that doesn't happen. So take that into account. Just start your meetings 1 or 2 meetings. Don't start it right on the time, because that makes sure everyone gets a chance to show up. It gives them some out. It's not like they're hustling and they got to do it. Relax, enjoy, start talking. The value is not about you starting exactly on time on the hour. The value is that everyone's there in the room so you can have a conversation. So I just want to emphasize that factor, because some people don't get that. All right, number 2. Fastest way, you don't have to wait. As I said, I kind of hinted at that. That was actually number 2. So number 1, don't think. 2, fastest way to get a person's name on there right now, it's the list on the system that you have virtual. Okay. Alphabetical order does it. I had a team where we had it written down on a card in a particular order. Everyone had the order, so everyone knew when they go after, and they would always go before or after a certain person. Therefore, there wasn't no thinking. But now with Jira, it's just as easy to look at the screen when you're sharing a screen in these WebExes or Zoom calls or whatever you got, to say Greg, Jane, Bob, Jill, whatever, in an alphabetical order. So whatever's the fastest, because you're not getting value by calling people's names out. You calling a person's name out doesn't add value to the conversation and stuff like that. So, and waiting, who's there? Are you here, Greg? Are you here, Jane? Are you here? Waiting for them to say yes or no. They just know they're next. Like Bob might, it's even better. The way to do it, Bob goes, right? Bob knows that Greg's next. So Bob says, okay, Greg, it's your turn. Bam. Greg goes, okay, Jill, it's your turn. Boom. Just like that. That's the best way ever. So the fastest way you can do it, the person calls it the next on the list because they can see it on the board on the screen. Right? Okay. Number 3, Scrum Master or stand-in, not the center of attention. Just like I just kind of hinted that way. Any system you get where the Scrum Master or person hosts anything doesn't have to call everyone's name out, who becomes now the center of attention, is the best system, right? So like I said, person is talking, can call the next person. That way, everyone talks exactly the same amount. And they get to know who the people are. By the way, they're calling people's names. There's so many factors why this is the better way than having a Scrum Master call people out during the daily Scrum. Greg, you're next. Jill, you're next. Muhammad, you're next. No, it's a waste. That ain't your freaking job as Scrum Master to call people's names out during daily Scrum. And whoever taught you that is a fool. Okay? So that's not good. All right. So that would be number 3. So number 1, whatever you don't have to think is the one you want. Number 2 is the fastest way possible. Number 3, Scrum Master keeps their mouth shut. Okay? Number 4, everyone speaks. Whatever system you have, everyone's listed on your team. Everyone gets called out. Everyone gets a chance to speak. There is nothing. They say something, right? So everyone speaks. Number 5, this is number 5. So we got 1, no thinking. 2, the fastest way to do it. 3, the Scrum Master keeps their trap shut. 4, everyone gets to speak. 5, and this is the difference from what I used to say before. Who cares about hierarchy? Who cares about whether or not the tech lead goes first or last? Who cares if the product owner goes first or last? But I will say, why does a product owner have stories and why are they talking in the sprint? Unless they're going to, at the end, I like doing the product owner Scrum Master because there's only 2 of them. They go at the end. But as far as tech leads, seniority, UX, dev, test, whatever, doesn't matter, right? So there is no hierarchy. I used to say it would be nice to have the tech lead last so they can listen. But you know what? We want cross-trained people. We want people to be on equal footing. Everybody's going to know who's one of the better developers or testers on the team. But they don't need a platform to express that during Daily Scrum, right? So it's all alphabetical order. Alphabetical order doesn't care unless your name starts with A for Albert or something like that, or Alana or something. It doesn't care. So the 5th one, hierarchy does not play a role in the name calling for Daily Scrum, except for the product owner, Scrum Master, which are last because they're not the dev team. But sometimes they have something like, hey, I'm open to approve any stories from this afternoon. If anybody's got me anything they want to show or demo, like I'm the product owner, then I'll do it. Or Scrum Master say, oh, by the way, don't forget tomorrow is an all hands. We got to go to that and we won't be around. So if you got any plans for that, I'm just letting you know as Scrum Master. Perfectly legit. That's why when people say, oh, the Scrum Master shouldn't say anything, the product owner shouldn't say anything, I said, you're a freaking fool, right? People who say that are freaking fools because they do add value to the team and they have good information that should be shared daily with the team. In fact, I want people to tell the product owner, hey, product owner, I'm going to have this story done later today and I would like to meet with you. Can you meet with me? Yeah, that sounds like a good plan. I have a couple hours I have an hour between 1 and 2. Let's meet then. You could demo your work. I can approve it. And if anybody's going to argue with me on whether or not that makes sense, I'm like, you're an idiot. How the hell are you going to have a freaking burn down chart if the product owner is not available and team members aren't telling the product owner that stuff's ready for them to review? Okay? Not rocket scientists. Remember the first one? No thinking. It should just happen. So anyway, that's what I wanted to share with you today. I know it's the same. It's simple, but it's 5 simple things. Again, no thinking, fastest way, Scrum Master keeps their mouth shut. 4th, everyone speaks. And 5th, there is no hierarchy. Who cares who goes when and where? There's no one who rules the roost in a daily Scrum because we are trying to do cross-training. They're your top 5 for making your daily Scrum much faster, much better, much more productive. With that, I say, please give us a thumbs up if you like the show. Ring the bell once, twice. So when we do go live, because we go live at weird times lately, Microsoft and Windows and Chrome and all the updates they did on Monday and Sunday that totally obliterated my week. It was terrible. Anyway, hey, don't forget, we got the Agile Online Summit starting next week on the 25th. Should be good. A lot of good names out there. Hope you get a chance to see it. I'm going to put out some more fortune cookie outtakes from the interviews I did for this conference. And I hope you get to make it. And if you do, let me know how it went. All right, take care. See ya, and have a great day and happy scrumming. Goodbye. See you tomorrow.